Hi, I'm Becky Amble. Welcome to the Marketing Minute. I want to dig a little bit deeper into objective strategies and tactics. I'm going to throw in a little bit of information on positioning. So let's look at objectives. Remember, that's the highest level that you're going to be working with, at least for putting together the plan. So objectives are the overall goal which must be set out to accomplish, and that is usually defined in terms of sales or revenue to be achieved within a certain period of time, product or product line within, again, a certain period of time or product area, market or market segmentation for a specific target market that's been identified, time, so something that your relevant time period is outlined, profit level, which must be achieved and must be possible within a certain time frame, and other constraints. So remember that they also have to be SMART, specific, measurable, attainable, results-oriented, and timely. So some things to use as maybe a checkpoint would be, are the objectives in terms of results? Are they stated as results, not activities or processes? And is there a specific versus a general objective that's been stated? And you want to have the time for the results to be obtained and a way for measurement that should be identified, and to also support the higher purpose and objectives of the organization. So remember, in the other video I talked about vision, mission, and values. So you do want to make sure that all of this leads you back to that. Positioning, I think I'll just touch on this a bit. In a broad sense, positioning is how you want the customer to perceive your product offering or your service offering, and how you want that customer to differentiate you from the competition. So differentiation and positioning kind of work together. And you want to establish a position within a market that communicates what you want to be remembered, the benefits or the pains that you're solving, and that those must have meaning to the customer, or you're not going to do so well. There are some checkpoints for that too. I'm going to skip that, and I'm going to move into strategy, because positioning can be its own separate topic. Strategy. Now, I think we know what that is. So we've come from objectives, the bigger picture, down to strategy. Maybe you want to look at that as a mid-sized picture. Anyway, it gets a little bit more specific. It's a broad course of action that will be taken to accomplish the objective. So it's usually a statement as to what general course will guide our tactics and the tasks, which are down here, that are going to be undertaken. Strategies may be generated for each of the product areas. If you're using product marketing concepts and you've got the 7 Ps of product and service marketing, you might use that. Also, if you use a problem opportunity analysis, some organizations like to use that analogy and set that up as the format. So anyway, a strategy then will be supported by the tactics that are going to be taken. So a couple checkpoints on strategy is, do the strategies directly support the objective? Remember, we've got objective up there. And do they complement each other without creating conflict? You can't have strategies that are going to fight each other. And are each strategies feasible and practical for each, or are there feasible and practical tactics, which we're going to get into next. The one thing I forgot to mention is with objectives, I mentioned this before, if you have primary and secondary objectives, identify that. Objectives, you probably want 3 to 5. And if you have more than that, decide if they can be called secondary, and you get to them if you accomplish everything else. So tactics, now we're down here to the tactical level. That is an individual action to be taken to see that the strategy is carried out. So these are the things that you have to do to accomplish the strategy. Strategy is the general course of action, while the tactics are the individual tasks to be performed. So think about this when you're looking at tactics. Do they clearly support the strategies? Are they going to help achieve that? And can the tactics be carried out by existing personnel within the required time frame? If not, how are you going to get them done? So here's another way to look at it. Strategies and tactics, trying to make it simple. Strategy is the what that's going to be done, and tactic is the how. So this gets into the more detail. So again, remember, bigger all the way down to smaller detail. Hope that gives you some ideas to work with. Thanks.